نحن نخدم الإنسانية.
Welcome to the heart of innovation, where the sand dunes of time meet the waves of progress. Welcome to Riyadh, the pulsating capital of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In the cradle of civilization, where dreams soar higher than the desert dunes, a beacon of hope rises. For 5 decades, the ISDB has been a catalyst for change, empowering nations and transforming lives. As we celebrate half a century of resilience, determination, and progress, join us for a monumental event under the patronage of the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Ministers, policymakers, industry leaders, and changemakers from 57 member countries and many partner organizations will converge to better shape the future of sustainable development. From 27th to 30th of April 2024, Riyadh will be the epicenter of global dialogue and collaboration. Join us as we continue this collective journey of collaboration, inspiration, and transformation. 2024 ISDB Group Annual Meetings and Golden Jubilee, celebrating 50 years of impact, innovation, and partnership. Cherishing our past, charting our future.
نحن نخدم الإنسانية.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon in the first of our series of Governors Dialogues at the 2024 ISDB Group Annual Meetings and our Golden Jubilee celebrations. It is a great pleasure and honor to have with me today His Excellency Abu Hassan Mahmoud Ali, ISDB Governor and Minister of Finance of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Excellency, thank you very much for taking time off your busy schedule. I've just heard you've just landed from Bangkok, so thank you very much. It is an honor to have you here with us today to discuss Bangladesh's success story and its aspirations. And it is indeed for us a unique opportunity to benefit from your wisdom, years of experience, not just in the policy and development space, but also in the area of international cooperation. For the audience, many of you may not be aware that His Excellency has held multiple roles globally and has served the People's Republic of Bangladesh in several capacities, including Minister for Disaster Management and Relief, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and now Minister of Finance. So clearly a very distinguished career serving his country and making a huge impact on the global landscape. Your Excellency, as we celebrate 50 years in the service of humanity from the Islamic Development Bank, we also want to showcase and celebrate the successes of countries like Bangladesh that have been a beacon for us and the global south. It's a story that we're all proud of. So, Mr. Honorable Minister, as we celebrate the momentous occasion of ISDB's Golden Jubilee, it would be wonderful to hear from you some thoughts on the significant milestone, so on the achievement of 50 years in the service of humanity for the Islamic Development Bank. So if you could share with us some of your thoughts on that, Mr.
Thank you.
I think it's okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And Assalamu alaikum to the entire audience. And well, you have said it that the way I have been coming all the way from Bangladesh was first to the United States, where we had gone to for the meeting at the World Bank and the other what meeting they call it the meetings at the yes, yeah. So we had been at the World Bank and IMF meeting during the what what they call uh, uh, the meetings which take place just before. These are the spring session
meetings.
of the World Bank and IMF. So after having attended that meeting, I went to Bangkok from there. And from Bangkok, then I'm coming here again. I'm delighted to be here with all of you and to present a story from Bangladesh. You have mentioned, Excellency, about various roles that I had to find for myself in the service of my country, Bangladesh. And in the process, I have tried to show and showcase the achievement that we have, the people of Bangladesh uh, have been following that pathway to our success at the international level, and in the process improving the uh, life of the millions of people who were deprived, who were trying to um, uplift themselves from a life of utter misery, and they have been doing it with the cooperation of the Islamic Development Bank, and there are many others like the World Bank and so on and so forth. It is a story which certainly deserves to be told and heard by the people in the Islamic world, as well as the millions of others who are outside the orbit of the Islamic Development Bank. And we started on a rather on a level which is very unique situation in Bangladesh. We started cooperating with the Islamic Development Bank, and today we are celebrating 50 years of membership of the Islamic Development Bank. And this, I am proud to say that this is something that we have earned, our people have earned through the cooperation of the Islamic Development Bank and others. But this is something that that is a that is a story that our people are proud to present to the world assembly. And in fact, people are they have been uh, celebrating this success of the people of Bangladesh. And in fact, you will be surprised that uh, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, there were no paved roads in my constituency in Bangladesh, which we have it. We have two segments of the constituency, parliamentary constituency, and is one of the segments. It produces the finest rice in the world,
Yes.
and there are others like we never had the lychees produced there, but now the people they have hope, and they have shown that they are really uh, they they want to see a future of hope. So with the support of Islamic Development Bank, we have been giving them that hope, and so that they can celebrate their success and go on from there. So now they have electricity in their villages. We have installed the on the village roads. These are uh, you know uh, the they are using solar street light. So this is unthinkable.
Yes.
In
So Excellency, thank you very much for that intervention. And I think what's very important, a key takeaway there is that Bangladesh is one of the founding fathers of the Islamic Development Bank and has been with us since inception. And I can testify, you have arguably the best lychees in the world. And really, you know, it's one of the favorite things of mine when I come to Bangladesh is enjoying the lychees if I get the right 2 weeks in Dhaka. But you know, the story of Bangladesh is really a phenomenal success story. Over the past 40 years, Bangladesh's GDP per capita has grown more than fourfold. So from 1,750 US dollars in 1983 to over $7,000 by 2023. It's also reached lower middle income status in 2015, and it is on track to become a, you know, graduate from the UN's LDMC or LDC's list by 2026. And this sustained economic growth over the past 40 years has resulted in a sharp reduction in extreme monetary poverty in the country, from 41% of the population in 1990 to 5% in 2022. In really, really remarkable achievements. And in the event yesterday, where we were looking at multidimensional poverty, Bangladesh was cited as a success story, having reduced its multidimensional poverty from 38% down to 24% in the space of 5 years. Just to put this in perspective, that's 20 million people taken out of poverty, multidimensional poverty, in the space of 5 years. Now, that by any standards is remarkable. Many of our smaller member countries, total population under 3 or 4 million people. So just put that in context and you'll be able to appreciate the impact that the sustained growth has had on the economy over the past 40 years. Now, if one looks at the recent past, in the last 15 years, Bangladesh has consistently been amongst the top 10 fastest growing economies in the world. And then also, during the pandemic itself, it managed to continue growing at over 3%, despite everything that was happening. And Bangladesh has also gone back up to over 6% growth at the moment, despite the current global shock. So, Excellency, we would all love to hear what is the magic formula? What has the country been doing to be able to do this in a sustained manner? So it's not just a 5 or 10 year period, it's been over a 40-year period, and it is continuing to grow at this rapid pace. So what is the key to the success?
What is the key to the success? Absolutely. The first key or the major key is the leadership. Leadership and the message of hope. And this message of hope has been generated by our leader, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. She has shown that this life in poverty does not have to be perennial, or it can be changed, and it can be changed in our own time. And so, with the kind of leadership that she has provided, she has served as a beacon of light, beacon of hope. And that people have accepted, that people believe that yes, if we follow the leader Sheikh Hasina, then Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, then this can be changed, and changed in our time. The time frame is also important. Therefore, when the people in the villages in my parliamentary constituency, when they saw that the roads have changed, they have become, uh, they are fully paved road, and then the electricity is it does not go, it stays there, it comes and stays there. So the life of the people in the villages, that was shown to be changing. So this gave hope to the people that yes, this can be changed. There is hope, and hope is being instilled by the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. So when they saw with their own eyes that life is changing, the quality of life is changing, so they believed it, because seeing is believing. So This is how it is changing. And the past 50 years, there was no road built, new road built, or paved road built. So now something happened, and therefore they now find that whatever the leader, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, is saying, that is taking place, that is taking root right before their eyes. So this hope aspect, that was really something mind-boggling, and people's lives are changing. When you see that at night the solar panels are giving you light, without any cost for the people. So they believe in this.
So this is also at the same time bringing in technology
Yeah,
and using the latest available resources to be able to make a difference to life on the ground.
absolutely. And then the healthcare. The my constituency has become number one in the uh, almost half of the country. So the in the village hospital, the people are saying that things are changing. That now there is a health care which is available, and it is there. So these are true. It's not just a dream. So this dream has come to be true. So therefore, they think that it is possible. So that is how it is changing.
I think there's two very important points that you are making, and I'm going to stress this. One is very strong leadership, and leadership from right at the top, and the belief in the ability to make a change, and a desire to want to see change in our lifetime.
Yes,
And the second big aspect to that is to ensure that that belief is not just at the leadership level, but goes across the population, even to those in the most rural of areas in Bangladesh.
yes,
And if people have that hope, then you'd be able to see a bit more change, and that belief is a lot stronger. But hope is one thing, putting resources, and then maybe as Minister of Finance, I'll just twist your arm a little bit. That takes a lot of courage and a lot of resources to be able to go out to those rural areas and not do what is easy and say, let's look at where population density is the highest, and let's focus on the key cities in the area, and we'll get to the rural areas later.
absolutely. And since you have been traveling all over the Islamic world, and I would take this opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to you to visit my parliamentary constituency and see for yourself. You talk to the village people. How did they get this, solar lamp in the evening? How does it light up their own village? So this is something, and there is a uh, dark bungalow, we call it, the place where you can stay, and it's all how you'll not believe this in how this has come up. So this can be done, replicated all over the country. So the work is going on, but my area is a special area, and you can see how things have changed. It's already changed. So therefore, people in the rest of the area, they have taken this in their heart. They think that if this can be done here, it can be replicated all over the place. So that is now happening all over the place.
And this is exactly why we see, in terms of multidimensional poverty, this huge improvement, because multidimensional poverty goes beyond just the income areas, looks at health, looks at education, quality of life. And we can see that it's not just in one element that there's been progress in Bangladesh, but across the board. Now, Mr. Minister, Excellency, one of the things that is important for the country is this vision and the aspiration. So strong leadership, giving hope to the people, and for them to be able to see that in their lifetimes, that change is happening, and change is happening at a rapid pace. I've been coming to the country for the last 10 years, and every time you go, you can see that things are changing, the infrastructure is getting better. Dhaka, traveling in Dhaka used to be an absolute nightmare. It takes you a very long time, but all of these investments have been done in infrastructure, and we're starting to see things move a lot faster now.
Nobody could believe that this mighty river
Padma.
Padma, that this could be bridged. It has been bridged. Now people are moving on that bridge, and day and night. So and bringing income also for the state exchequer. So all this thing is now people are as they say that seeing is believing. So now when they see such a huge bridge on the mighty Padma River, so they think that this can be done. Therefore, this gives further hope to the that yes, it can be done.
So when you prove the critics wrong, and when you prove that you can do something which, to be honest, many people across the world were very skeptical that Bangladesh would be able to put up the Padma Bridge.
Yes.
I've been on it, phenomenal piece of infrastructure, and really has transformed the lives of those that have access to it and can cross that bridge. So really, I think when you see those changes, and as you say, seeing is believing, something which many people globally not, felt was impossible, has been achieved. It gives more hope to the people in the country and the general population in terms of how to be able to move forward.
The former Prime Minister, Khalida, she was also Prime Minister, but she did not believe that this kind of bridge can be built. And as the bridge was coming into, view that it is being built, it's almost there. So then she started saying that, Hasina has built this bridge, but this will fall into the river, So she did not believe that this bridge this will take shape. But
I think
it has.
Yes. And I think what is important is that we have this piece of infrastructure, and like this, there are multiple bits of infrastructure across the country, not just in the key arteries of the country, but also in rural areas where we're seeing a lot. One of the things Bangladesh is looking at, and one of the aspirations that the country has, is not to rest on its laurels. So a lot has been achieved in the last 40 years. Massive progress on fighting poverty in the country, and at the same time the country is on track to graduate from the LDC status, but it is not sufficient. So the aspirations even greater than that. Bangladesh has made it clear that by 2031 it wants to be an upper middle income country, and by 2041 be counted amongst the high income countries. Now this is really, really a huge aspiration. How do you plan on getting there?
Well, we had everything in place. We are building new bridges like the Padma Bridge, further bridges. We are developing the school system, primary school system. The young boys and girls, especially girls, they are going to primary school. So therefore, they are seeing the new buildings for the primary school, for the middle school. So all this is happening. And then when you see the school building is coming into effect, coming into shape, and beautiful schools, So those children, they get further inspiration, and they think that it can be done. So it is being done. So therefore, we are not sitting there, we are not sitting idle, but we are doing further work so that the next generation can be built up. They have the further, uh, their hope. They are watching how things are changing, and how the health system, how the when this pandemic came, people did not lose heart, but they tried to fight the pandemic. Absolutely looking into the eyes of the pandemic. So no, this is a pandemic, yes, but with faith in Allah and how Allah has given them hope, and so they did not, they are not afraid, and they stood up and fought the pandemic and gave support to their leader, Sheikh Hasina. And Sheikh Hasina continued to fight the pandemic and did whatever she needed to do. She brought the, uh, the medicines or the uh, vaccines from abroad. We did not, we are trying to, now we are trying to manufacture the vaccines. But at that time, we didn't have the capability of manufacturing the vaccine in the country. So, in future, we are already, uh, uh, along the way to manufacture these vaccines, these and even other vaccines.
Excellency, you've made some very important points, and I think we need to stress that. The one is, on the infrastructure side, it's not just the hard infrastructure, the roads, the bridges, the electricity, but also equally important, focusing on those social sectors. And again, you keep mentioning this issue of hope, and hope not just for the older generations, but for the youth. Having kids, especially young girls, in schools, getting educated, so that the next generation is better off, I think, is indeed something admirable. Now, as you seek to transform the economy, because it's one, to become an upper middle income or an advanced economy, the story of growth in Bangladesh has by and large been driven by exports and the garment sector. Now, moving forward, do you see any different sectors that we are looking at for the country, or move away from the garment sectors to a higher value added goods and different sectors? So which sectors would you be looking?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you'll be surprised that the next stage of exports from our village women, uh, they are so much enlightened now. They are absolutely, they are working with hope, and they are manufacturing with their hand these, the cotton topies.
Yes.
Yeah, these are being exported to many countries in the Middle East. So therefore, from these village women is coming uh, these items, export items. So therefore, nothing is impossible, it seems, for the people of Bangladesh. So therefore, we are translating the hope. The hope continues to build up. And this is how people have come up. And you will know perhaps that the most of the absolutely uh, the best factories, garment factories, are in Bangladesh. These are the this is how they have developed all these.
But a lot of the garment factories, there's been talk of moving away from garments and from the CMT type business towards a more higher value added. Any thoughts on that, or diversifying the economy to light industrial or other sectors?
We are diversifying and bringing in new ideas and new uh, factories, and bringing in the village women to make their contribution. And one thing leads to another. When these village women, they are coming up with their goods, with their hands, and the with their ability, organization. So this is something else, and this talks of courage and perseverance, hard work, and all together. And therefore, new stories are being told, new stories are being created. So this is another area that a, a village economy is how this can also change. This can also make their contribution in the GDP.
So pretty much a two-pronged strategy then
Absolutely.
for the village and rural areas, looking at small micro enterprises, bringing in the women. And Bangladesh in itself is a success story and a case study on microfinance and Islamic microfinance, and this has really transformed the way microfinance is done globally. And I
Yeah.
think this is a good story, and maybe we can hear a little bit more about that. And then the second part of that two-pronged strategy would be the industrial diversification in terms of different industries and different sectors to help grow the economy further.
Absolutely. And women is unbelievable how these village women are creating these new ideas, and they are bringing in their ability, their courage, and they are making their own contribution in giving the country these new ideas about uh, exporting, exporting goods from the village women who are making these goods. So therefore, where there was nothing, now these same village women, they are creating with their labor new ideas for export.
So a story of hope and belief in oneself.
Absolutely.
Now, where do you see, a lot of these micro enterprises, is this private sector driven or support by the national government, how is that happening?
Initially, the support is by the national government, but after they, get the encouragement from the state, these same village women, they come up with their new products, handmade products. So they they are making new stories of success. So therefore, I think. Uh, and also, I did not speak about the young women, men and women who are making new stories about. We are now after India. India is a huge.
Yes.
They have been leading in this sector, but now Bangladesh is coming quite close to India. Therefore, they are sitting in the village. Since there is electricity, they are contributing new ideas by working from their village homes. So this is again creating a new opportunity, a new hope. Uh,
So just on that point, and let's just understand the story of the rural women. Uh, Strong leadership at the core, willing to take a chance, investing in solar energy, etc., in the rural areas, putting in the right sort of infrastructure, and then allowing the local communities to be able to take that chance, so with the support of government, and now being private sector led. Is that a correct understanding of that micro enterprise that's happening
Yes.
in the rural area for the export market? It's not something we would have been thinking about
Yeah.
a few years back.
Yeah, absolutely. And now those same village women, they are, since electricity is available in the village, the women are opening up little tea shops, in the village, in the round the corner. And as a result, since there is electricity, they are opening these little tea shops, and the women are gathering there, and they are making their own contribution, because the ideas at the idea level, this is spreading like wildfire.
Yes.
So therefore, this is also one thing leads to another, and the story of hope and building of hope, building on the hope, and with all the ingredients that is being made available by the leadership and the government, I think things are changing.
Now, if one needs to focus a little bit more on the industry side, so on the larger scale industry, any thoughts on which sectors the country would be looking at or targeting, and how you're going to attract both domestic and foreign investment into that?
Yes, that is also happening, and in fact, uh, the newly educated women who have gone abroad or even sitting here inside the country, they are watching what they can do, and they are coming up with women are leading in creating uh, new industry. So since there is no barrier, we have Sheikh Hasina has removed the barrier to women working. So therefore their work, all the professions have been thrown open to women by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. So therefore they can do whatever they want, and that is creating new things like in the Bangladesh Air Force, the women paratroopers have created, they have beaten the boys by becoming women paratroopers. So this is really remarkable because the women are coming forward, and they are nothing is off limits to women trying their hand. So therefore, many women entrepreneurs have come up and they're working where normally you'd expect to see men, but now the women are. There are many families where now, in the absence of the father, maybe father has passed away, their children, especially women, they are taking up the how they will run the.
If I can put some words into your mouth, you've now brought into the mainstream economy half your population by bringing women into the workplace and entrepreneurship. So you're creating more opportunities for them and allowing them greater access.
Absolutely. This is how it is coming up. And in fact, the women have their own chamber of commerce,
Okay, this is
which is led by the women. So I think new things are happening in Bangladesh. And now you'll find that since nothing is barred, nothing is off limits to women, and therefore you will see that women are everywhere in any field of activity. So this gives further hope to the people that now nothing is impossible. So that gives a new hope also, because this idea, at the level of idea, women are really coming up in a big way. So only when you have your entire population, men and women, everybody will work together, and especially women who were nowhere earlier. So now they are coming into big business as well.
This is really, really amazing because, and the numbers tell the story. So it's not just the hope and the anecdotal evidence. We can see the difference in the growth numbers. You can see the difference in the in the poverty numbers. These have all changed. So the key metrics have changed, and the story is an unfolding one. One of the issues that when we were looking at the country is that it has a huge workforce, over 75 million in the workforce. The economy needs to transition away from pure garments. There's a need to do diversification and broader scale industrialization. One of the challenges that we face is, do you see a skills gap in what we have at the moment and where we need to be in terms of the new technologies, the new industries, etc.? Things like light engineering, electronics, as the country seeks to diversify its economy and play an even bigger role on the global landscape. How do you see the skills gap and closing that skills gap in the country? I take your point of the additional schools and at the primary levels, etc. But when one starts looking at vocational training and other skills development, any thoughts on that one, Excellency?
Yeah, the vocational training is picking up. Still, we have to go a long way, but it has already started. And the main thing is that women are also coming up in side by side with men. And in the in the field of uh, taking up uh, the uh, the when they go to start this activity sitting in their homes in the villages, because the electricity is there and the roads are there, so therefore it is doing wonders, because sitting at home they are working this. They don't have to go outside their home, even their village. So this is something again something uh, that is new, and young men and women both are working in this in this new uh, the new work field. So this is right in the village where they live. We have centers all over the country in the villages, you know. So that has really changed the situation. It is giving hope and opportunity, and nothing is impossible. Everything is possible.
Minister, I love your enthusiasm and your passion and your belief. You know, one of the things is, you know, growth is driven by new investment. As Minister of Finance, any thinking in terms of incentives or policy changes to attract even greater both domestic and foreign investment?
Yes, we are bringing in, and these newly educated women and men. These are not the old, you know, um, women or men, but these are new, and they have the ideas, they have the opportunities now, and they can translate their wishes, their ideas, and venture into new areas. So this is possible, and they are taking those opportunities and putting them into plans. So it is really working.
And on the foreign investment side, to attract foreign investors, any thoughts there?
Foreign investment also, it is coming. We have these new, um, the areas where you'll be surprised. There is one factory in my area. This is, this they are they're from Hong Kong, Chinese, but from Hong Kong, and they have built a factory for it is they're building all the time. It is becoming bigger and bigger. They are the fourth largest company now, making this artificial, the hair, and this is really something that they are working. These young men and more women than men, they are making this working in this factory, and this is amazing. I mean, nobody believed. Now they are by the side of main road, and they are. I mean, there is no end. It is becoming bigger and bigger.
Okay.
And thousands, I think right now, about 30,000 young men and not men, more women than men are working in this factory. So I think there new opportunities are coming up.
It's a very interesting niche. It's not something that would come to mind as, you know, a big employer. Maybe I also need to come visit Bangladesh.
You're most welcome. You can come. No, I've already invited you to
No,
visit.
I'm talking about getting some hair.
Yeah. You come and you see the condition of the villages right now and how people are responding to it.
On the technology side, there's the Digital Bangladesh strategy. Any thoughts on mainstreaming that at the village level as well? Or How is that? How is that going? So
On
how is
the,
that transformation going?
oh, this is also happening um, side by side, but this you will not be able to believe it unless you see it, with your own eyes, how they're picking up, how they're responding to this new technology available.
And how are you encouraging this adoption of new technologies across the country?
I think this is uh, very encouraging. This is it's only good and good. It's only better and better.
And with a young population, I think it's easier for adoption of
Much easier.
technologies.
Yeah, it's quite easy now because when you see how these people are, these young men and women are working,
Yes.
that seeing is believing. If they can do it, I can do it also.
So demonstrating success, celebrating the success,
Yeah,
and proving that it can be done.
yeah, absolutely.
Now, Excellency, I go back to the start of our conversation where we said, Bangladesh, founding father of the Islamic Development Bank. Uh, we don't want to take any credit for your success. It's really been a fascinating story, and in terms of ISDB group financing, Bangladesh is the single largest recipient of Islamic financing from the ISDB group. We have over $26 billion worth of financing, and this is about 14% of ISDB group financing since inception. And again, this is testimony to our belief in the country and its journey, but the credit goes to the country itself. And we'd like to think we've been a useful partner in this journey. We also know, we have the member country partnership strategy for supporting sustainable economic growth and building resilience. And we hope that that would help you also in achieving those aspirations of becoming an upper middle income country and an high income country.
Yeah, as you were saying, we are almost there, and we have fulfilled all the requirements. So we are absolutely on track to achieve the final to reach the final destination. But I think your support has also played a role, Islamic Development Bank, and we thank you for that. We are grateful because that is also a lot of money, and your support, every support counts. So therefore, it gave the support to our people, and that played a role also. That yeah, we can do it. We'll be able to reach the goal. So I think that is also there.
What keeps you up at night? what, so what's worrying you in terms of as we move forward and achieving these very lofty and really, really important goals?
Yeah, we are.
Apart from the jet lag.
That is also part of the game. Like you have so much jet lag that I can't believe.
Yes.
But this is also part of the game, part of the your life and your success, final achievement. Therefore, we are doing our best, and with the kind of hope that Sheikh Hasina has generated among the people, that yes, it can be done, and we are after it with all our heart and all our hopes and hard work. Hard work is there; it has to be there. So we are doing it, and
We've had the COVID-19 pandemic. We've had recent global shocks, the poly crisis. Some people are saying perma crisis. That means we're living in a time of continuous crisis. What are the challenges you see facing Bangladesh as it moves forward? What are some of the key challenges that you anticipate?
one of the characteristics of our people is that they never give up. Well, that is the that is the beauty. That is the uh, that is what you have to do. You have to be at it, and you never give up. So that's the way to do it.
So it's a firm belief in oneself and the ability to achieve what others may think is impossible.
Yes.
Okay, that's really a strong positive note. And for me, I think, if one needs to just pull a few thoughts together, you've constantly throughout this discourse mentioned the issue of hope, the belief in oneself, strong leadership, and demonstrating and visibly demonstrating the success so
Yeah.
that others believe in it and buy into the success story. I think these are important elements, and the attitude of yes, we can do it, and a very resilient, not just leadership, but population itself, very resilient and willing to go the extra mile to make things happen. I think these are very important issues, and I'm sure many countries would be looking at Bangladesh's success and seeing how they can replicate that. So for me, I think that's important. But as you move to the next stage, so as you move towards becoming, inshallah, an advanced economy, high income economy by 2041, uh, are you looking at other models? Are you looking at other countries and saying, well, here's something we could be doing, here's something we could look at replicating? Any thoughts on that and other options that
Well, it's hard work, and the leadership, the role of the leadership is to give people hope and show them the way. How can we do it? Other people have done it, so you can do it also. And not only telling them, but showing them. She is also uh, quite advanced in age. Therefore, what
we won't broadcast that part?
yeah, but this is also important that even at this age she's continuing to work.
She's young at heart.
Yes.
I think that perseverance is inbuilt in Bangladesh, and in my visits to Bangladesh, you see that tenacity, you see that resilience, and you see that perseverance of willing to keep pushing and not accepting that this is the status quo. And I think that's part of the narrative of hope that you've mentioned throughout. I'm going to push you a little bit more on the government policy, government regulations. Any thoughts on that side to attract even more foreign investment? Because I think investment is going to be the key as we move forward.
We have Sheikh Hasina has created 100 special
Zones,
economic
yes.
zones.
Yeah.
So they are all coming up.
Okay.
You can see how this will affect the overall production situation, export situation, and all that. So that is there. But this idea of uh, it is possible that yes, we can do it. We have shown it.
Yes.
That you see these huge projects like there is a tunnel project in Chittagong city. That is
Wonderful tunnel. I've been
yeah.
through
You have
it.
been, you have been there.
Yes.
Okay. So then there are other factors as well. I have accompanied Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on various trips in our neighborhood outside, where the pilot and the entire crew was women in those
MashaAllah.
planes. Yeah. So that really is something. It says something that these people, Bengali people, they will do it. they are bound to do it. When the people are so determined and they don't give up, and entire crew, can you believe it that a Islamic country like Bangladesh, you are traveling in a plane.
The mic a bit, yeah.
You are traveling in a plane. The entire crew is, women. This is something new, isn't it?
Alhamdulillah, it is a good move forward. So
Yes.
really inspiring. And before we wrap up, we're getting close to the end. Any thoughts you would like to share? You've got such a wonderful, rich history, and have played a role across different parts of the leadership of the country on the disaster side, foreign affairs. Any final thoughts you would like to share with us from your side?
Well, nothing works like, if you believe in something and if you are willing to work, work hard, and so nothing is impossible. We have shown it that it's not impossible. We have done it.
You make the impossible possible.
Yes.
You know, I think we're gonna wrap up here. And Excellency, you know, for me, what's been really phenomenal is throughout this dialogue, it's been, we have hope, we are strong, we can do it, we will do it. And with that attitude, you can overcome a lot of hurdles. And with strong leadership and the willingness to be able to invest in yourself, and we can see a lot of the growth in the country. There's a lot of inward investment, so a lot of investment, domestic investors putting money into the country based on their belief that it can happen and it will happen, and with strong support of the state itself.
Absolutely. So nothing is impossible. And we have shown it. We are showing it continuously.
So I'm going to leave it at that point, because I think that's the key takeaway here. Nothing is impossible in Bangladesh, and with the hope, strong leadership, and you know, for me, your insightful perspectives and the time that you've dedicated to it, really appreciate your time, Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for your indulgence and for sharing this beautiful success story with us of Bangladesh. Excellency, I want to thank you. Please join me in a warm round of applause for His Excellency, the ISDB Governor, the Minister of Finance of Bangladesh, Minister Abu Hassan Mahmoud Ali. And the smile is because he says I'm saying it in the Arabic accent and not the Bengali accent. And in the Bengali accent, it would be Abu Hassan Mahmoud Ali.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much. It's been really fascinating. Really appreciate your time, and enjoy the rest of the annual meetings. And we look forward to seeing you again, inshallah, in the next set of dialogues. And I may well take you up on that invitation to come and enjoy the lychees in Dhaka.
Please do,
in your
because as I said before, that seeing is believing.
Yes. And I think the numbers speak for itself. We have seen from the numbers the success story and the growth and the story of Bangladesh. So thank you very much. It's been really an exhilarating discussion, and I've enjoyed this thoroughly.
And thank you for your continuous support.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
نحن نخدم الإنسانية.
Welcome to the heart of innovation, where the sand dunes of time meet the waves of progress. Welcome to Riyadh, the pulsating capital of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In the cradle of civilization, where dreams soar higher than the desert dunes, a beacon of hope rises. For 5 decades, the ISDB has been a catalyst for change, empowering nations and transforming lives. As we celebrate half a century of resilience, determination, and progress, join us for a monumental event under the patronage of the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Ministers, policymakers, industry leaders, and changemakers from 57 member countries and many partner organizations will converge to better shape the future of sustainable development. From 27th to 30th of April 2024, Riyadh will be the epicenter of global dialogue and collaboration. Join us as we continue this collective journey of collaboration, inspiration, and transformation. 2024 ISDB Group Annual Meetings and Golden Jubilee, celebrating 50 years of impact, innovation, and partnership. Cherishing our past, charting our future.
نحن نخدم الإنسانية.
Welcome to the heart of innovation, where the sand dunes of time meet the waves of progress. Welcome to Riyadh, the pulsating capital of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In the cradle of civilization, where dreams soar higher than the desert dunes, a beacon of hope rises. For 5 decades, the ISDB has been a catalyst for change, empowering nations and transforming lives. As we celebrate half a century of resilience, determination, and progress, join us for a monumental event under the patronage of the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Ministers, policymakers, industry leaders, and changemakers from 57 member countries and many partner organizations will converge to better shape the future of sustainable development. From 27th to 30th of April 2024, Riyadh will be the epicenter of global dialogue and collaboration. Join us as we continue this collective journey of collaboration, inspiration, and transformation. 2024 ISDB Group Annual Meetings and Golden Jubilee, celebrating 50 years of impact, innovation, and partnership. Cherishing our past, charting our future.
نحن نخدم الإنسانية.
Welcome to the heart of innovation, where the sand dunes of time meet the waves of progress. Welcome to Riyadh.